Welcome back to Dark Nights. We left off with Kaichi making us nervous, apparently. Well, I questioned her while you were out, and she does not seem to have any ill intentions. She even shared a piece of information regarding those zombies. After finding out what was going on in the village, she decided to come here and clean out the zombies. Unfortunately, she's not strong enough to fight the source. She was looking for a potential person to take this potion and fight against them. I'm pretty sure she chose me because it was convenient. I bite my lip as I touch my arm. Most of the zombies are either evil spirits that took form or possess dead bodies. The route is in the old forest. There's been a lot of dark energy gathering there nowadays. Though I've never been able to cross that area because it's the forest demon's territory. What exactly is there? I don't know. This was all she told me. So what am I supposed to do now? Rasumi expects me to fight off the evil spirits after taking a weird potion? I've inspected your body and... You inspected my body? Question mark. Don't get weird ideas, okay? I was gonna make sure you weren't gonna turn into Godzilla or something. There doesn't seem any traces of poison in your body, so you don't have to worry about turning into a zombie. I don't have enough knowledge to determine what the potion did to you, but try to keep an eye out on any changes that might occur. Is there a way to get me back to normal? Maybe if you allow me to experiment on you? No. Just kidding. You better ask the witch yourself. Where'd she go? Kaichi shrugs. Even though my legs feel weak, I try to stand up. It's late. I'm going home. Like this? You look like you're about to get blown away by the wind. I shoot him a glare and walk away from him, ignoring his words. I stick close to the walls in case I lose my balance. I can faintly hear footsteps behind me. Don't you have anything better to do instead of following me? The night is young. I still have time before I chase down another soul. Well, do whatever you want, but don't stick around me. You're so cold. What have I ever done to you? Let's see. Attempted kidnapping of 2 minors, homicide, murder, kidnapping again. Should I list more? Well, with the rest of the walk, he falls behind quietly. When I reach home, I slam the door closed before he can enter. Slowly but steadily, I walk to my room. I peek through the curtains. Kaichi is still standing by the road. As long as he remains outside, I guess I don't have to worry about him too much. Other than that, I don't see any notable changes in my body. I really hope what Rasumi gave me was just a healing potion. I run my fingers along the skin, trying to remember the sensation I had felt. I'm glad I didn't turn into a zombie. I get my phone and send Leoji a quick message. Tired? I drop onto the bed and fall asleep in no time. A soft voice whispers my name. Out of curiosity, I move around to find where it came from, but I'm only surrounded by darkness. Suddenly, my body feels heavy. I sense cold chains pulling my limbs down. Even though I'm frozen on the spot, I continue to look around and focus on the voice. Miyoko, you've changed so much. Changed in what way? You've changed. Changed. Kill her. Soon I see lit torches heading towards me. A wall of fire suddenly surrounds me, caging me inside. Wait, I'm not a zombie. Don't kill me, please. I'm not. As soon as I open my eyes, I realize I'm still in bed. If that's not a nightmare, I don't know what is. My body's covered in sweat, and I notice my blanket is on the floor. I slowly sit up and open the curtains. The sun hasn't even risen yet. Must be early. Probably. Not feeling like staying in bed any longer, I get up and go to the kitchen. I don't really feel hungry, but maybe eating something will do me some good. While chewing on food, I pick up the newspaper from the door and browse through it. Aside from the repetitive advertisements, there are no new reports. Oh wait, no, there are new reports. Recognizes the faces from the posters last night. I'd report that they are already dead, but I have no proof since the bodies have been taken care of. I wonder what Zeikun's been doing. I remember what Kaichi told me yesterday about the source coming from the forest. If so, then Zeikun should know about it. I finish my meal and decide to pay off a visit to the forest. It should be okay to move down the As I walk down the street, my eyes catch a glimpse of a dark mass passing by. Thankfully, it was just harmlessly floating around people, but it feels odd to see it. I have not gotten used to my ability to see spirits. If it was harmful, you would have heard creepy music. As I go further into the forest, the number of spirits increase. They do not seem to cause any harm, so I move on, pretending not to have seen them. 2 marshmallow spirits pop up before me, blocking my way. Master, you mustn't into the forest now. What's going on? The amount of dark spirits have increased, so it isn't safe to. I'm gonna see Zeikun. Wait, Master. We were ordered to send you back. Were there always this many? Yes, but lately some of them have changed. Master, can you see all of them? Yeah, anyway, where's Zeikun? We aren't supposed to tell you. I give you a new order. Find him for me. I feel the surroundings changing as I move on. While my attention was elsewhere for a second, the marshmallows have vanished into thin air. I love how you call them marshmallows. Gloomy purple eyes meet my gaze. Busted. I thought I'd told those 2 to keep you away from here. It sounds like you're trying to hide something from me. Believe what you want. Is chasing after danger a favorite pastime of yours? Sure is. I don't know if you figured it out yet, but I wanted to tell you something about the forest. He unfolds his arms, pushes me slowly. On reflex, I step back. Did I go too far? I keep moving back as Zeikun gets closer. Zeikun holds my wrist and presses them against the trunk. I gasp at his sudden change in behavior, but I stay still looking into his eyes. His hands are trembling against mine. He frowns in confusion and I feel his grip on my other wrist loosen. He pulls back immediately and turns away from me. Suddenly he lets out a small groan, bringing his hand to his head. I notice a faint hint of dark aura around him. Has he been possessed? He almost loses his balance and sinks down to his knees. The sudden transformation surprises me. The dark aura around him pulses. After struggling for a short while, he keels over and stops moving. I'm relieved to see he's still breathing. I call his name, but he doesn't react. I never knew Zeikun was struggling with his physical condition. He must have been working hard to hide this from me. I need to get him to the temple. The spirits lead the way. On our way there, I notice some dark masses watching us from a distance. I think they're staying away because of me. How did these dark ones end up here? Once we reach the temple, the spirits that carried him here disperse. I put Zeikun in a futon and sit beside him. Memories flash through my mind as I softly brush my hand over his cheek. He acts so distant, but when we talk or sit next to each other, he always has a warm look in his eyes. As he sleeps soundlessly, he reverts back to his human form. I can tell he's recovering. Oh my, it started raining. Glad we got here in time. Moments later, Zeikun opens his eyes. You're finally awake. You and that thief over there. He rubs his head and mumbles to himself. Tell me, are dark spirits taking over your body? Perhaps I've been around them too much. How'd that happen to you? That is none of your concern. Even though they try to affect me, I still have control. Why did you not run away from me when you sensed something was off? I didn't want to leave you alone. He frowns at my answer and turns away. Wipes sweat off his forehead as he takes time to regain his energy. Why do you care so much about me? Because you're one of the rats. I have to care about you. You're not obligated to return the favor. Hanging around me won't do you any good. I'm not showing you any pity, and I'm free to do what I want. It just pains me to see what you're going through. Carrying everything on your shoulders alone. I'm doing my best in the village to try to help. Your faith in the villagers may be little, but I can hope you can trust me. I know it's selfish of me, and I'm sorry if it's a bother. I lower my head and bite my lip. Even though I have known him for a while, he still has many walls around him. I might have been approaching him the wrong way. In that case, I should stop bothering him. Then I feel his arms wrapping around me. Oh, a hug. You keep insisting to help, but I don't want to make use of you. This body in my arms is so fragile, I don't know what will make it break. You're already doing enough, I don't need to ask more of you. Oh. Well, yeah, technically he is a demon, so... Well, a demon in this story. Zeikun? I pull back and notice he's collapsed again. I must find the source as soon as possible and have Razumi tell me how to expel it. The moment my fingers touch him, a scene flashes before my eyes. My thoughts are hazy. It feels like I'm dreaming. Every night, Zeikun patrolled through the forest, mostly checking on the spirits. There were dark spirits lingering from the very start, but lately they had grown into a worrisome amount. At some point, unknown creatures started to merge with the original residents of the forest. Some even mutated into different species. Those dark spirits are disrupting the balance. There are too many. Some idiots must have brought them here. It took a few days of searching before Zeikun bumped into a mysterious portal. In an older part of the forest, a hole floated in midair. I knew something had caused this. So much damage from a dumb mistake. The Temple Guardian would take care of the remaining scraps. With a single gesture, he closed the portal. The nights passed by soundlessly, and the forest seemed to have found balance again. On the other hand, strange things started to happen in the village. The remaining dark spirits had left the forest and now roamed the streets. I think my place is haunted. Every night I hear strange noises. Before, my house was so quiet that you couldn't even hear crickets. My dog hasn't returned for a few days. I'm certain everything around the barn was locked. How could she have escaped? My wife suddenly caught a rare disease. I hear voices talking to me around a certain time at night. Odd, because I live alone. Many rumors started to spread. Everyone blamed the forest demon, thinking it brought calamity again. To please them, they brought offerings to the shrine. I've never laid a finger on this village. Those idiots put the blame on me just because of some baseless rumors. At least be thankful that I keep other demons away from you. During his patrol at night, Zeikun noticed a little girl walking alone in the forest. This is the child from that woman who badmouthed me. What's she doing all alone here? Mommy, where are you? I'm so lost. Daddy said there are demons in the forest. I want to go home. I hate demons. The girl started to cry as she moved further. To add fuel to the fire, spirits started to get restless and chase after her as well. It made her even more scared. Invisible hands? The girl waved her arms wildly and ran aimlessly through the forest. No, don't go in that direction. Spirit, stop chasing her. Zeikun went after the child, but the girl suddenly disappeared from his sight. A little farther away there was a cliff. The girl had not seen this and fell right off. It didn't take long for the villagers to find out the child went into the forest. I don't think she walked off the path. The undergrowth is quite crowded here. She's a small child, she could be anywhere. Be careful, there's a cliff not far away. This is her hairband. She couldn't have. No, she couldn't. It's dangerous in this area. Rumors say the demon possesses people and leads them off this cliff. Give her back, you heartless demon. The man guided her back to the village. There was nothing else she could do. Zeikun quietly watched the scene from the shadows. Dark spirits swarmed around her and whispered their thoughts. You say I should have helped her? I can't anticipate every incident. Your attempts to push guilt on me is futile. In the following weeks, more incidents occurred in the forest. Two famous riders, Redo and Kaith, both drowned in the rivers. Zeikun tried saving them, but by the time he arrived it was too late. As those people were declared missing, rumors about the forest demon started spreading again. Some priest even got called to purify the forest. They did not manage to catch the demon himself, and spirited away harmless spirits instead. All Zeikun could do was watch the home his grandmother built crumble down. Don't you feel bad that anyone's blaming you for every incident? I don't care, and don't bother to ask. I don't intend to save them either. You protect the spirits. Want to help the people too. Maybe they've changed their opinion of you. What about those blessed ones? Even though they're living with the villagers, surely they are on your side. Tell that to my grandmother. All humans are the same. One day, a blessed soul entered the forest. Unlike previous visitors, this little boy didn't seem to be scared. He even played with the spirits that floated around. They seemed to be fond of him as well. It was the first time Zeikun saw such an interaction. The boy came back multiple times. During each visit, he played with the spirits. Zeikun only observed, not wanting to intervene. After a ball, the boy was carefree and was only having fun. As time went on, Zeikun deemed the boy as non-threatening, and slowly shifted his attention away from him. However, one day a stray demon entered the forest. Immediately sensing the little boy's presence, it devoured his soul in no time at all. Zeikun got the demon in action, but just like the previous times he was too late. There was no way to retrieve souls that had already been eaten. This experience left him blank. Are you okay? You seem to be moody today. Don't ask such a silly question. Today one of those blessed souls got devoured. Of course Master is unhappy. I thought he wasn't fond of them. It's different this time. The whole building was plastered with white charms. He commanded his familiars to clean them up as he entered. I've only been away for a few hours, and it's like this group of priests hosted an exorcism at the temple. What's written on the charms? Purify, no more evil, go away demon. Poor Master. As if such little tricks will harm me. These charms are just a small annoyance. Clean them up if they come again. When will the Guardian return? I've been housekeeping his temple for ages. A long time had passed before Zeikun encountered the next blessed soul. The presence was faint, but it caught his attention nonetheless. This was when he met Miyoko. It was one of the very few times Zeikun directly interacted with a villager. Because of his previous mistake, he decided to keep an eye on her. It's quite unexpected of you to save her. I don't want to see someone dying before my eyes again. That's so kind of you. It's nothing like that. It's for my own benefit. The village will start cursing me again if another life is lost. A demon should act like one. Trick those you've earned their trust. Kill them, eat them. Why are so many spirits surrounding us? I knew this was going to happen. Just don't listen to them. As long as I stay on guard, these evil spirits won't stain me. Zeikun released his strings of light, striking the dark masses around him. The spirits only float away temporarily. As Zeikun spent more time in Miyoko, his opinion on humans changed. This girl tried changing what he could not. He met more people after and realized they were not as bad as he thought. After the incident with the tourist, Zeikun did his best to keep people out. If those lost in the forest were to get possessed, he would chase the spirits away and guide the people back to the village. As a result, there were no more disappearances in the forest. The number of incidents was reduced, and priests stopped coming to the temple. From there, he started to interact less with them, but there was one person who kept coming back. Even though she knows what I am, why does she continue to stick around? Way to go, Master. You're creating bonds with the villagers. It's not like I want that. It's a good development. As his heart opened up to her, more darkness started to surround him. Despite being fully aware of his situation, he kept going. He had to finish what he started. Why are you so suddenly dedicated to help every one of them? I just changed my mind. But your condition, I'm not... You can't keep going like this or that hunter will really take your life. I can't stop now. Dark spirits have increased again lately. The forest is restless. Where did the guardian of the village go anyway? He's supposed to be the one to keep these excessive spirits away, not me. The guardian disappeared a while ago. No one can just disappear. He must be here somewhere. I can't possibly. No, I'll find a way. Zeikun took a deep breath and bit his lower lip. Like the guardian, he did not have the power to purify spirits. All he could do was keep villagers away from the harm and protect the pure ones in the forest. Over the next few days, he detected some odd presences, a Shinigami and an angel. The angel was not doing any harm, so Zeikun merely let her be. However, the Shinigami's intentions were very easy to read. Okay, she is an angel, not a witch. Actually, Kaichi probably calls her a witch because, she made him into what he is. Several villagers even got accidentally killed during the battle. was with Zeikun distracted. Stray dark spirits possessed the dead bodies, resurrecting them as zombies. Since then, Zeikun stayed in the forest to keep guard. He was running out of options. I become teary-eyed after the memories fade. I feel like I understand Zeikun more now. If we're not for the villagers, maybe he wouldn't have turned out like this. Then his thumb brushes over mine and he opens his eyes. I was just checking your body temperature. There are more effective ways of doing that then, besides holding my hand. I'm feeling better now, no need to keep worrying. Embarrassed, I let him go and give a nervous laugh. While I am lost in thought, he gazes into my eyes. It's as if he expects me to say something. You should have gotten all your answers. He sighs softly, heading towards the temple entrance. I notice he's still raving heavily. He grabs his hair and puts it on. Where are you going? You just recovered. Checking if the spirits are safe. Spirit-eating demons occasionally appear and I have to get rid of them before more damage is done. What happens if you can't? Since Master is bound to the forest, he will disappear along with its residents. So he shares the same lifespan as the forest spirits. Sounds like a curse. It is. The collar around his neck is proof. But there's a solution. If one of the blessed souls returns there. Enough. You don't have to tell her. Anyway, I'm going out. Stay here to be safe. Knowing that my protests rarely work, I simply nod and watch him leave. Oh. Can she give up her blessing and save him? Hope I can catch up. In his current condition, he isn't in a state to fight. Thankfully, he didn't take the marshmallow spirits. I can ask for their help if I lose sight of him. If every one of them dies, Zeikun dies. Just like a fragment of his life. I'm so captivated looking at the spirits that I almost forget I'm tailing Zeikun. I start running, but stop when I hear voices ahead. Hiding myself in the bushes, I watch what is going on. You've got guts to enter my territory again. Dang, my spell faded. Guess you're more powerful than I thought. Anyway, I came here on official business. Can't you look the other way for once? Last time I told you I'll not hold back if I see you again. Just for once. No. So disagreeable. Now I see why your reputation is so bad. Zeikun sighs and shifts into his demonic form. He really does not need to be fighting Kaichi right now. Kaichi pulls out his scythe, then with a burst of smoke, he's already a few feet away from Zeikun. The sharp edges almost touch Zeikun. If not for the strings, he immediately conjures to block the attack. Zeikun seems to be at a disadvantage. He is slower based on previous battles I've seen. He's even breathing harder than usual. He isn't in good form today, so why is he still fighting? When I look closer, I notice a black mass tangled around his body, like chains weighing him down. Your time is over. Evil spirits will consume you soon. If you lose your sense of reason, who knows what you do to the village? I'm here to take care of you before anything happens. You only came to take advantage of my state. Without me around, you're able to steal souls freely from the village. I'm just here to make sure there will still be souls around to take. This brings me back to my battle between Zeikun and Chain. Ended badly on both sides, all because of a misunderstanding. If I manage to get a hold of Kaichi's weapon... I follow the flow of the battle with my eyes, waiting patiently. When the right moment comes, I clench my hands and go out in my hiding space. Unknowingly, his sight starts moving on its own, being on the path to take full blow of its attacks. All air is knocked out of my lungs and my body gets thrown aside. It feels like I've been hit by a car. A second later, a pair of arms embrace my torso. There's no blood or ripped skin, just a ghostly looking area. I feel no pain at all. Zeikun is saying something but you can't hear it. My attempts to speak are futile. Slowly my eyelids start to close. More spirits surround him as if he's drawing them in. Shortly after I pass out. My surroundings feel so cold, like I'm being frozen alive. Is this how it feels to die? Suddenly, like waking up from a deep sleep, all feeling returns to my body and I slowly gain strength in my limbs. When I open my eyes, I'm surrounded by bright spirits. For some reason, I'm wearing different clothes and the gap in my body's disappeared. A familiar face pops into view. Oh, it's her! You're awake. Rasumi? She looks so different, but I can tell it's her. Thank goodness the potion worked. Those wings. Are you an angel? Am I in heaven? No, you didn't die. The potion I gave you last type is a dark type that protects your body from poison and magical attacks. It was created by the ones who sealed the previous forest demon away. It only activates when you're close to death, though. Use my own powers to heal your body after that. Thank you for patching me up, but why didn't you say anything about that potion? You were dying from the zombie bite. I didn't have time to think it over. So what am I now? I've survived a zombie bite and a Shinigami attack. Did I gain more powers? You're just you. The potion just made sure you didn't die too early. Too bad. Master, you're alive. Thank goodness. Don't fret, I only patched her up for a bit and stitched her torn clothes with new ones. Must have thought you died and let his guard down at the time. You got possessed by all the evil spirits in this area and went on a rampage. How could that happen? The Shinigami left this village as he thought he couldn't get your soul anymore. He didn't want to deal with our master either. Where did Zeikun go? He went into the village. If you're quick enough, you can catch up with him. You mentioned something about having the power to save the village. Maybe I was a bit dramatic with the phrasing. May your barrier. It's capable defense against attacks. In fact, I think its range widened after getting into contact with my potion of the spirits. I don't know enough to tell you exactly how you can use it, but I believe you can figure it out yourself. With the marshmallows leading the way, I found my way back to the village. Not long after, I encountered people in an uproar across the street. It devoured my neighbors right before my eyes. I couldn't have imagined it. So it came down to this. Don't worry, we're all here. We're all gathered here to cast it away. Could you describe its appearance? It had crimson hair and glowing red eyes. On top of that, there were large horns on its head. Unable to contain my anger, I stepped forward and snapped at them. You shouldn't talk about him like that. That was a flat-out lie. Nobody's ever seen the demon before. How do we know if he can eat humans in the first place? Who are you? What do you know about demons? Calm down, madam. She might be our new recruit. Were you that new girl who applied for the new position? As the priests discussed their tactics, I realized that we'll use a bait to attract the demon. The rest of the group will ambush us. One of the leaders is able to sense dark energy. Using his senses, we will figure out where Zeikun's hiding. I have to find Zeikun and help him escape without them noticing. Maybe I can make it look like an accident. There's a lot of dark energy coming from the library. Everybody get into a position. Seeing the damage made me worry. As much as I want to hope it's not Zeikun's doing, he's definitely capable of something like this. The place is solid, he could be hiding anywhere. I should try looking upstairs. From the corner of my eye, I see a book thrown at me. I catch it on time with one hand. Reveal yourself. Is that you? He's holding torn pages. The shelves in front of him are a mess. Books are scattered all over the floor, mostly ripped apart. Does he still recognize me? What are you doing here? His gaze shifts to me after hearing my voice. And why are you tearing those books apart? He stands up and turns to me. Look at his expression. It's a mix of sadness and anger. You erase my existence. If all I bring is calamity and death, then I'm better off forgotten. You know that's not true. I hate this library. Rumors won't end as long as people remember. Don't do this. Perhaps I should end myself. We're the forest spirits, I need to. This village will be at peace without me. You've done nothing wrong. Please don't leave. I quickly grab his hand to stop him, but instead I get pulled along as he jumps over the railing. The shock in his eyes is another experience I never thought I'd see. I'm sorry I failed to protect you, but you can't die without learning there are people who care about you. When we are face to face, they kiss. Neat. Observe the black mass dispersing around his body. His eyes are clearer than he looks to me. My action catches him off guard, but he lets me guide the movements. Our bodies float in the air surrounded by spirit lights. A fall that should have taken seconds feels like an eternity. When I open my eyes, we're already on the ground. Zeikun must have used them to soften our landing. What happened? How'd they get away without a scratch? Who cares? Keep chanting, we won't let it go. When I turned to Zeikun, he'd already escaped. Girl, are you okay? You didn't do something to you, right? Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Go get some rest. We'll take over. I keep telling you not to go after him. The demon's corrupted by evil spirits. You should help him instead of driving him away. You don't even know anything about him. I try to convince them, but none of them even bat an eye. I realize it's a useless attempt. Moreover, their hatred had grown worse after what happened here. The situation almost feels hopeless, but I still ponder over what I can do. I touch my lips and realize something. Back then, when we kissed, the spirits responded to my touch. I can save them with the power of hugs and kisses. On the way to the forest, I encounter Rasumi. How's your progress? You are all red. Oh, am I? I've already gaze. I don't know how many spirits are still attached to Zeikun, but I figured out a way to drive them out. He must have absorbed all the evil spirits within the village. I can't even sense them anymore. I figured as much. Any new strategies? I can lead you to where he's here now, but I'm not fighting him. You're an angel. You're even power enough to treat my life-threatening injuries. I don't have that great of a power like you think. Healing and defensive spells are my speciality. A demon like him can instantly kill a pure angel like me. Right. Rasumi leads me to a forest and puts a protective barrier around me just in case. Along the way, we passed by a few people who had collapsed on the ground. They probably followed him here and couldn't bear the intense dark energy coming from ahead. As I go in further, I find a trail of blood. Zeikun didn't kill anyone, did he? I feel more anxious as I approach. I stand in front of the temple. I peek inside the hallway and no one there. Just when I'm about to enter, I feel a presence behind me. We'll leave off here because I think he's possessed again. Heh. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget the like button, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, goodbye.